Okay, this is the condensing unit, HVAC, heating, venting, and air conditioning. This is the condensing unit video for this structure today. This structure was built in 2000, and but these units weren't. These units are not original. So we're just going to go down to this. Our electric disconnects, they're out from behind the units. That's a good thing. So, but they should have been sealed on 3 sides. Okay, 3 sides to help prevent the moisture from coming into the brickwork. And then we're going to a little peek underneath here to see how we're wired up. Make sure it's laced up okay. I've got still images of this. Alright, I've got still images just in case. Alright, and then we work around. I try to work counterclockwise. And so this is the smaller unit. This is most likely the downstairs unit. This is the larger unit, most likely the upstairs unit. And what we have here, okay, is this is our data plate. And if we study this, we learn that this is a 4-ton system. It was manufactured in 2014. That makes it 9 years old. It uses 410A as a refrigerant, okay? And so let's just have a talk. Let's look at this one first, the second. One way or another. This was manufactured in 2010, all right? So this one's a little older. This one's 13 years old. Okay, and this one's a little, wait a minute, this is the larger one, this is the smaller one, this is the larger one, this is probably the downstairs unit, most likely. I'll get a better, idea about it a little later, this is the first video. And so what we got here is a 2010 is a 13-year-old system. It's 5-ton, and it also uses 410. So what does that mean to us? This equipment is engineered on paper to last 20 years. And it might last 35. It might last 35 years. But Las Vegas is going to give you 14. Las Vegas is going to give you 14 years. That's about how long it lasts. It's not going to die on its 14th birthday. I've got a 19-year-old system at my house. My house is not for sale. Okay? But statistically, these things start failing at around 14 years. And it becomes, they become less economical to operate. Sometimes they fail altogether. So it just gives you a guideline on what to look for. This guy's 13 years old. It might not die next year, but next year on its 14th birthday, you're going to have an older system. This system's a little younger. It's 9 years old, so it's in the second half. Actually, that's in the last third. This is in the second half of an estimated 14-year service life average. Now, the Texas Real Estate Commission, the pushback that you're going to get is that, is it performing the way it was functioned? Is it performing as intended on the day of the inspection? Was it installed improperly? Or is it a safety issue? That's the Texas Real Estate Commission. So that's what you're going to get in negotiations. Okay, so I'm just going to go and concentrate. We'll find out a little later. It's not quite 75 yet, but that's what we're expecting today. And so we're going to come over here and we're going to look at the refrigerant piping. You see that gap right there? You think water can get in there? I do. You think water can jump off in there? Sure can. Sure can. Should that be sealed better? It should. See this insulation? This is the old school stuff. In 2015, energy requirements, and since it's an energy requirement, I'm going to bring it to the table. 2015, this is only a 2010, alright? So this is before, this is, okay, over here, 2014, the year before. It's been installed a year later. It should have, and they should have, but it's something to take into consideration. They should have a nice, rigid cover over the low pressure refrigerant piping. And we have caps underneath here, our service valve caps, and those caps, as of 2015 energy requirement, but they should have been anti-theft caps, so to prevent people from stealing the refrigerant for various reasons. And so we don't have those caps. We have the wrong kind of foam. But I'm here to call your attention to it. It wasn't required at the time. I'm calling it deficiency because it's an energy requirement. These should have been sealed for sure. That should have been sealed for sure. So again, over here we have a 5-ton system. Over here we have a 4-ton system.